Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I am feeling a little bit low energy, so I'm gonna try to like pep it up. I've got some lukewarm coffee, but I think a sinus infection. I have an appointment with my doctor tomorrow. I'm excited actually to do this video. So today we're doing an Instagram Picks My Makeup video. This has been on my to film list for a while, and then I kind of got a nice little kick, a little nudge, because I saw one of my favorite YouTubers, Taylor Wynn, or the Taylor here, do this on YouTube just the other day. And so I thought, you know what, I should do that one. I posted on my Instagram, which is GMBeauty89 everywhere. If you're interested in following me, I'd love to have you. And so I posted a bunch of, this or that, pick which product you'd like me to try for different categories. I didn't do an entire full face. I'm trying to limit the amount of new products I'm trying at a time because it does get overwhelming. I've talked about this before. And the good news is, as I was posting all of these on Instagram, for example, I'll show you the first one I posted here on the screen. I already knew which one I was really wanting to try. And across the board, for the most part, the one I was wanting to try the most, you guys picked. So that worked out really well. Voting's actually not done at the time I'm filming this, but it's been up for long enough that I think we can kind of call it. So this one really was tied though, this first one. So it was between the Thrive Causemetics Buildable Blur CC Cream or the Clinique Even Better Makeup. So the Clinique one was actually sent to me. The Thrive one I actually bought on my own. I was looking at the shades after I swatched this when I got it in the mail recently, and I picked out light based on their shade finder on Thrive's website, but I'm starting to think I should have gotten Fair Light, which is the next one down, because this is a little bit dark for me. We'll just see once it's kind of blended on how it looks. But I wanted to read you kind of the claims. So it is $38. It looks like they have 18 shades. It says it's powered by Blur Effect technology to diffuse and blur the look of skin imperfections like pores and fine lines, reveals flawless coverage with a natural finish. So it says it's got buildable, sheer to full coverage. Wow. So I've heard good things about this brand. I know a lot of people on the internet love this brand. I bought a few things. There's actually one other thing from the brand we are going to be trying today. So it says for sheer coverage, apply 1 pump to clean skin using your fingertips or a sponge. Medium to full, apply 2 to 3. Extra coverage, it says mix a dime-sized amount of their setting powder with this to turn it into an extra coverage foundation with a matte finish. That doesn't sound like my cup of tea, so we're not going to do that. But I figure I'll do one half with my fingers and then the other half with a sponge. Yeah, this is definitely too dark for me. Who did I think that I was? We'll see kind of how it blends out though. Don't worry, I'm not wearing my wedding ring because I'm getting it resized. I got it resized. Just focus on the product, Jessica, not the shade. Feels a little, actually a very similar texture to my Misha BB cream. That's kind of in the forefront of my mind because it sounds like this is a similar product, but this might be a little bit more akin to the It Cosmetics CC cream because they're both labeled as a CC cream, but they really do provide good coverage. So that name CC cream kind of throws you off because you think it's going to be light, but that was maybe half a pump, and that was maybe lightish to medium coverage. You can still see a little bit of redness, but it evened my skin out the way I like it for every day. Let's try the sponge on this side. I'm just using my L'Oreal one. I didn't buy the Thrive one, really just because I didn't need a new sponge at the moment. But maybe in the future, I think people like that. I feel like I see Ally Glines use that. Unless it's just another sponge that's the same like teal color. This was the color, by the way, when I was a kid. My parents, well, like a preteen, my parents let me choose the colors for my bedroom and like paint it. And that was unheard of. First of all, I shared a bedroom most of my childhood. But once I was old enough and I had my own room, the colors I picked were teal and bright yellow. And so it was like teal and yellow on the walls. And I loved it. I loved it. It was so, but looking back, I'm like, I'm sure my parents were like, okay, if that's what you want. I like the way this looks. Like, look how healthy my skin looks. I definitely preferred it with the sponge. This was just slightly thicker than the Misha BB cream, and that one I do like applying with my fingers, but this one I felt like it was a little bit nicer to apply with it. So let's see just how much we can build this up. It's like radiant, but not, not shimmery, of course, not, I don't think oily looking, just really radiant. What do you guys think? I'm digging this. We're gonna do a check-in, of course, at the end of the night. Let's see how this works because, the sun's like behind a cloud, but it's just like, geez, okay, I get that you're there, sun. I'm not complaining. Please don't go away forever. Those gray days last forever and they're just awful. So I guess the good news you get is you guys can really see what it looks like in like natural light too. Okay, tight. Can't wait to use that again. So concealer, let me pull up and see what won. I think the foundation choice was the one that was the closest. The rest of them, it's been pretty consistently, there's been an obvious winner. So the next one was between, well, the next one was powder. Let's do concealer first though. The concealer was between the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer and the No. 7 Lift and Luminate Serum Concealer. I bought the No. 7 one at Walgreens recently, and the lovely like beauty advisor there helped me pick out my shade. And then the Colourpop Pretty Fresh they did send to me. I really want to try both, and I will, because I'm genuinely so excited to try the No. 7 one. It sounds like a concealer I would like, kind of moisturizing, but so does this Colourpop one. I picked the shade Fair 20 In. I have a couple other shades on backup. I was kind of swatching it on my hand next to concealers that I know I love the shade of. And I tend to go for a little bit darker of a concealer. Oh, I was gonna read the claims on this one too. So this one on Colourpop's site is $9, 30 shades. It says it's a creamy full coverage concealer with a cushiony feel. Again, that's describing exactly my favorite kind of concealer. This sounds like it might be similar to the one I'm loving right now, the Benefit Cakeless Concealer. Man, I love that stuff, you guys. Something about it that's just so pillowy soft. Anyway, so it's got a fresh, natural finish, super blendable, loaded with skin-loving hyaluronic acid and coconut water. So similar, I did review the Colourpop Pretty Fresh line. I guess I shouldn't say review, it's more of like a early impressions. I can link that video if you're interested in the other products in this line. All right, I've got a little more control of the light now. So it's got the flat kind of paddle applicator I love. This might be lighter than what I typically like. We'll see. So I'm gonna use my favorite brush, the Sephora number 56, their Pro brush. Yeah, this is lighter than what I want. It's not a dry formula, but it definitely feels drier than the Benefit one that I'm loving. A little bit, not harder to blend because it blended fast, but it's just a little bit drier. I want to use a different shade, but that would be weird to not match it on the other side. So we're not gonna, but I think I'm gonna go for a little bit deeper of a shade next time I play with this. I am working on a future, like in a few weeks, speed review video a la Nicole Renee. I freaking love her. Or Nicole Cutler. I'm thinking of her like blog too. Anyway, I adore her. If you don't know who she is and you don't watch her, go pause this video and go subscribe. I discovered her maybe this year and I can't stop watching her. Actually, I think she was the impetus for me buying this sweater from Target. It is so cute. She's got such great style and I just like her. I really, really do. And I love her videos. I don't think I've missed a single one. Anyway, but why am I talking about her? Oh, speed reviews. She does kind of like what I originally had started, where I was calling it like a review roundup or something like that, but then it got out of hand because I was trying too much. Because I do try a decent amount every few months, I do want to do kind of a speed review of the standout products. I do have on my calendar to do a video like that, kind of rounding up all of these kinds of products I'm trying and in other videos too, and let you know, okay, final verdict, do I recommend it or not now that I've used it more. So I just love her. It definitely, you can still see like not oil, but that like hydration underneath it, and that I like. And again, it's got the hyaluronic acid, so the idea is it should be hydrating. I actually like that, but it's not as sticky and tacky as the Tarte Creaseless Concealer that is so tacky. I like it, but I have to be kind of choosy when I use it, and I have to set it, and then it's like, well, then what's the point of having that hydration? You know what I mean? I kind of go back and forth with that one. But this one kind of, it's like that, but toned down. Definitely covered really well, I think. So we are gonna set this with the next product. Definitely creases, again, every concealer does. I feel like I should just stop saying it. If you don't know that by now, let me be the one to tell you. If you have lines, it's going to go in them. There are things you can do to make it less, and like we're gonna set it so it doesn't keep creasing throughout the day, but just don't feel like you're alone. Most of us have under eye little crinkles or fine lines, and it's just going to get in them. It's okay. So the next product was between these, and it was the No. 7 Lift and Luminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder. I got the shade Light. And the Thrive Causemetics Soft Focus Filtered Effect Setting Powder, the No. 7 one won. I can already see through that CC cream on my little nose, so let's add a little bit more before we get too far. I think, assuming I like this by the end of the day, I do think I'm gonna buy another one of these in the next shade down, Fair Light, because I am so far digging this. And I feel like I need another recommendation other than the Misha BB cream because I know it doesn't work for everyone, and there also is not a great shade range, so if I can recommend some, but see, this is so much pricier. So this retails for $12.99 at Target. Like I said, I got mine at Walgreens. This only has 4 shades, and it does not go very deep, but I was kind of intrigued by this, and if I'm being honest, number 7 had a sale at Walgreens. It was like buy one, get one half off, and I'm like, well, if I'm buying that concealer, I might as well buy the powder. Ah, they got me, they got me. So it feels like a finely milled powder. I'm already getting vibes of that Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless finish powder that I love, especially for setting the under eye. I'm not gonna say it, I'm not gonna say it, I'm not gonna say it. I don't wanna jinx it yet, hold on. This is just like, I'm so overjoyed, just like the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder. It gives that kind of blur. I mean, doesn't it look like I have a filter on my under eye? Not a perfect, I know, I'm human. But do you know what I'm saying? Like it just almost flattens that area out and oh my gosh, it just like blurs that area so much. What the heck? So I don't want to put this everywhere just because I do want to have some of that luminosity still, but I'm just going to kind of put it T-zone, definitely down the nose, around the nose, and the chin. That's typically where I focus powder for me. It just looks so blurred. So $12.99 at Target. You can also find it at Walgreens. I saw, at least the time I was looking this up, it was on sale for like $10.39 at Target. Okay, let me do my brows really quickly. Okay, so I'm like part of the way through doing my brows. And I realized this mirror I use, I got from IKEA. It's not a light up one, it's just one that's taller so it can sit literally right under my camera. It's perfect, I can link it below. I don't think it was crazy expensive. But am I the only one, I know I'm not, that your mirror will get dirty, right? And instead of cleaning it, which would take you 30 seconds, literally wherever the dirty parts are, you like move your face to just like look around them. You inconvenience yourself to the max just because you don't want to spend 30 seconds cleaning the darn mirror. I am trash. Like in Toy Story 4, which I finally saw and cried, sobbed. Tyler sobbed. We were both just sobbing. When little Forky just keeps going, trash? Like just describes himself as trash. And there's something so hilarious to me about that. Trash? All right, so moving along, the next thing we're gonna do is eyeshadow, and the eyeshadows that were up against each other. Colourpop Coconut Palette and the Huda Beauty Light Nude Palette, Nude Light, however it's worded. I am excited to try both. I'm gonna be honest, I've actually tried both, but it was like for really quick looks, I use like one shadow from each, so I mean, it's still first impression. Not that that matters, it's probably better that I've tried them. Jessica, the Colourpop one, which actually I'm pumped about. Again, speaking of my love, Nicole Cutler, she was talking about this recently in, I think, that speed review video, and she was liking it, and I was like, ooh, I have that. So this one was sent to me, the Huda Beauty one I bought. So I like that it's very, very neutral. You will not be surprised to hear that. I like that it's a mix of shimmer and matte, and I really want to put this Cocoa Crush color all over the lid. But let's kind of start with the crease. So I'm gonna just take shredded, so we're not starting with the crease, and put it kind of on the brow bone. It kind of has a little bit of glitter to it, which I think is interesting. It reminds me shade-wise of the Wet n Wild Brulee single. I need to pull that bad boy out. I haven't used it in a while, and some of you guys were like, Jessica, why didn't you mention it in your video where I talked about the products I repurchased the most over the years, like the makeup products I keep buying again and again. I can link below and above. I was very proud of that video, and it was so fun to film, just talking about true blue, deep favorites. But I forgot to mention Wet n Wild Single Shadow and Brulee. I buy that all the time, so that one added to the list. It's like $2. So I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna maybe do a cooler tone. Well, I think it'll be cooler tone. This one called Coolada, cute. It's like a medium coolerish brown. I'm gonna be a little sloppy. I'm gonna let it go onto the lid too, because we're gonna be putting a color similar with shimmer kind of on top of it. But these are blending nicely. And there's definitely, Colourpop shadows are good. They just are. I mean, I get annoyed with Colourpop because they launch so much. They do, and it's overwhelming, but at the same time, at least their shadows are good. So if you find a color store, you're like, oh my gosh, I would wear all of those shades all of the time. At least you can kind of trust that odds are the shadows will be very nice. And I have not been disappointed, at least in my recent memory, by a Colourpop pressed shadow. like ever, I don't think. Called Cocoa Crush. Oh. Oh my gosh. They're just so stinking pigmented and gorgeous. Let's grab Coolata again, but I'm gonna focus it more right in the crease. Kind of deepen that area up. So let's take this dark color called Nutty, and we're gonna put it kind of in the outer corner. And then let's kind of go back into Coolata and blend it up a little bit more. I'm gonna throw Coolata on the lower lash line. And I kind of wet my brush just now. And I'm putting that same Cocoa Crush kind of right there. There's a little bit of like glitter fallout. It's to be expected with shadows like that. Again, even high-end ones I use have that, so it doesn't really bother me. Again, if it bothers you that much, you can always do your eye makeup first and then do your face makeup. This is just the way I roll. So next would be mascara for me, and I pitted the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara versus the Thrive Causemetics, what's it actually called? Their liquid lash extensions. Thrive one, 59% of you wanted to see. I've heard this is incredible. It is a heavier packaging, which I think is kind of nice. And it's got a kind of wand I don't typically like. I know a lot of people do love. It's the plasticky one. This is the kind that for me, I always end up stabbing myself in the eyeball, and then you're like out of commission for 3 minutes because you're just like, I think I'm dying, and then you're okay again. Kind of like when you stub your toe, you're like, I'm dying right now. And then you're like, okay. But for me, when I stub my toe, I'm like, nobody look at me. Stop talking to me. Don't touch me. I'm a psycho when I stub my toe. So I've heard this is a tubing mascara, which the idea of that is so weird to me. I've never tried one because it freaks me out. At least as far as I can remember, I've never tried one. I'm like nervous. Like, how does it tube a lash? How does it tube? I don't understand it. But like, people that love this swear by it. Like, they're just like, this is the best thing I've ever used in my entire life. I'm never using anything again. So I'm like, dang. And I've heard the removal process is, well, everyone says it's so great because all the like tubes fall off, and I'm like, again, that's disgusting to me. I can't, I'm gonna freak out tonight when I remove this stuff. But whoa, I mean, it's separating. I haven't stabbed myself in the eye yet. That's a good sign. Blackening, it's volumizing, it's curling. Wondering if you can go, I'm trying to like go in with the second coat over here. Not that it needs it, but just to see like, can you, if it's tubing around, I don't understand the science behind this. That is like some serious volume though, right? Y'all are seeing that. I mean, I'm quite happy with the way those look. I'm curious if it holds the curl. That's really it. It really is like heavy. It feels really, really nice. We'll do lipstick at the very, very end. So the cheek products I had on there were the Balm Fire. It's not like a bronzer, highlighter, everything. It's more of like a glowy blush and then like a different shade of a glowy blush. That one did not win though. This one did. This was the Tarte Holiday little cheek trios. So it comes with 3 of them. It's such a cute thing, and it's one of those things that I know we always say, but good stocking stuffer idea because you could split it amongst 3 stockings. So we'll do bronzer first. This one looks a little orangey. Let me see if the other ones have a better bronzer. Yeah, like this one doesn't really have a bronzer shade. That's pretty too though. Dang. Yeah, neither does this. So the other one, so I guess this doesn't technically have to be a bronzer shade. Maybe it's, I don't know. We're gonna kind of use it as a bronzer though, okay? Okay. Maybe I'll just use it lightly. And maybe only on the cheeks, yeah. It's pretty though. No complaints, but I don't want to put it everywhere because it is a little bit orange. So let's go into the blush. This looks like a really nice, for someone fairer like I am, a nice pink where it kind of reminds me of MAC Well Dressed, where it's just a wearable pink. It's not going to look super pink or super peachy or anything. That's pretty. And then let's try the highlight in here. It's pretty. It's a wash. It's not one that's going to be stripy, but it's also not super subtle. It's right in between, which I like. I guess it could be stripy now that I'm saying that. Oops. Stop, Jess. Stop putting it on. Dang, I haven't used my sponge in like a week. I've been using my fingers to apply like other products, and I missed using my sponge because it really does solve a lot of problems for you, you know? I'm pretty happy with all of this so far. So lip-wise, it was between this Lancome L'Absolu Rouge. I think Zendaya is like the spokesperson for this line or something. And each of the lipstick shades looks like a ruby. But here's the thing, the packaging is kind of cool. You push this button and it pops down, then you pull it out. But it has that smell like the L'Oreal lipsticks. makes me sick. So I was really glad that this one, it's the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipstick, and this one's in the shade Sava. I should probably line my lips. I'm just gonna use the Milani lip liner in Most Natural that I tried in my Trying Beauty Guru favorites. This was Kathleen Light's favorite. It's a really good kind of everyday neutral if you have lips similar to mine. It looks very nice. Guys, here's the thing, and I'll say this a million times. Lipstick is another one of those products that you just don't need to spend the money on. There are certainly lipsticks that are high-end that I love. The Marc Jacobs cream lipsticks I think are super creamy. The NARS Audacious ones I love. But I also know that I don't have to have those because they're amazing ones at the drugstore. This is nice. I wouldn't say go run out and buy it because I don't think it's revolutionary against other lipsticks that are out there and that have been out there for years. Drugstore-wise, I think the Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks are nice. I think the Maybelline, like, oh, what's the actual line called? Color Sensational, whatever. Those are really nice. They're really creamy. They have matte ones. They have satin ones. You know, same with the Revlon Super Lustrous. You can get really nice colors and lipsticks for just so much cheaper. But it does feel nice. It's definitely a little more mattifying. My lips are super dry right now because I'm fighting this cold, you know. But I like the shade. If you're like looking for a shade and you were already contemplating buying it, this, like I said, is in 21P Sava. It's very nice. And the line, I know that this line, the idea was that it's got nudes for every skin tone. So if you're someone that's struggled to find a good nude for your skin tone, maybe you should. Maybe this would be worth the investment because you can find that perfect nude. So I'm not saying I'm writing it off because I do think it's nice. I just don't know that it's anything revolutionary. Okay. Oh, okay, this is just a for fun trying. Jamie Page swears by this lip gloss. It's the Buxom full-on lip polish in the shade Celeste. She always tells a story about how she discovered it on someone else and it was just mesmerizing. And frankly, it's because it's just so glittery and gorgeous. And I love the Buxom lip polishes anyway. And I bought this just the other day and I've been dying to try it. Looks pretty on top of this color. These smell like kind of, in my opinion, like vanilla, like coffee cake. That's really pretty. Dang, this is the kind of thing you need if you do have dry lips. It basically just like hides it. This is gorgeous. Buxom is one of those things. These are around $20 and I still recommend them because they have this minty kind of plumpy feel to it. But it genuinely, because my lips are so textured just by nature, there's so many lines in them, this is one of the few lip glosses I enjoy, especially if my lips are looking extra dry. It plumps them just enough that they look a lot less liney and dry. I didn't wear my hair naturally curly for a while, and once I started doing it this way again this past week, my hair was like ultra curly, like it missed being curly. It was so funny. I'm like, curls, you're crazy. So I'm gonna go about my day. I've got a video to edit. I've got some, I'd like to work out. I feel like I always end up working out on check-in days, like days I'm doing a wear test, but I'm like, well, a lot of people work out in makeup and you'd be kind of curious to see, like if you're sweating or maybe you're just on a walk with your dog and you're gonna sweat, how does it hold up? So we're really gonna see. So I'm gonna go about my day and I will see you guys later tonight. It's about 7, almost 8 o'clock, so it's been on for 9 hours. I'm calling it here because I told you, I think in this, what's going on? I told you that I think I have a sinus infection and I'm just kind of taking a turn and I'm like, I need to go to bed. So anyway, we're gonna try to go on order. So first thing we tried was the Thrive Causemetics CC cream. I really like it, you guys. I've been blowing my nose a lot, but everywhere else, like it just looks healthy. It looks healthy. Even when I set it with that powder, I just think it looks nice. So I'm excited to try that some more. Before I like decide to commit and buy a shade down, I'm gonna try it for another week or two and make sure I really love the formula enough because it's still $40. But I'm enjoying it so far. Very, very reminiscent of the IT Cosmetics CC cream. Those are both similar prices, but the shade range of the Thrive one is better. So if you couldn't find your shade in that, you might really like this. We also tried that concealer. I liked it. I need to try it more because I didn't feel like it was, again, anything that's better than other stuff I've tried. Like I really am enjoying the Collab concealer that I mentioned, the Milk Makeup Flex concealer I really like, the Benefit one I mentioned. So there's a lot out there that I like that I think impressed me right off the bat. So this one I just need to try some more. I want to try a shade that's not quite so light. I've already picked one out that I'm going to try tomorrow. Powder, I loved it. it mattified the areas for sure, but it just blurred everything, and I still think everything looks really nice. So the powder, in my opinion, did its job. So I'm gonna mess with that some more, and I'm working on a future dupes video, and that may, again, after I test it some more, may be in it as a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury powder. The Colourpop palette, it did great. I mean, there's a little bit of glitter fallout, but that was already there from when I put it on. I really like it, and I like that this look was kind of a little bit cooler toned. And I just enjoyed it. I like the shimmer. Everything stayed in place. Nothing creased. You know what I mean? It blended easily. So I'll definitely use that some more. I would recommend that. I really like this mascara. A lot of times I will like push my lashes up partway through the day just to kind of re-curl them. I have never looked in the mirror and felt the need to with this mascara. It holds a curl so well. And I didn't even curl my lashes. You know what I mean? Super black, just super volumized. I really am enjoying it. I'm nervous to take it off. Maybe I'll do a quick check-in at the very end of this once I've taken it off to let you know if I survived. The blush, highlighter, kind of bronzer trio lasted very well. The highlight was nice. I don't think, again, none of it's revolutionary, but it's a really convenient package. And like I said, the quality was there. It was very nice. It was easy to apply it. It stayed on all day. I liked it. I would recommend it. I would recommend it for yourself. I'd recommend it for a gift, or if you wanted to split it into 3 gifts. I think it's a cute one, and it actually is good quality. Lipstick wise, I meant my lips are super chapped again because of the sickness, and it's even like cracking. I'm like, oh girl, you need to get it together. So the lipstick didn't last, of course, but it really was pretty. I do like that shade, but I think I voiced my opinions on that, and I still stand by what I said earlier. So it didn't come off like in little tubes like I pictured. It was kind of hard to get off at first, and I was using like I actually don't like this, the Drunk Elephant like makeup remover. It leaves a film on my face. Anyway, but I was using that first, and I was kind of wiping at the area, and I'm like, it's not really coming off, and the lashes are like sticking together. So then once I got like water and cleanser and stuff too, it came off really easily, but it was more like fibers, like little black dots, but it wasn't what I expected. So don't let that freak you out like it was kind of freaking me out. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I certainly had fun filming it. If you want to see this style of video more often where you guys kind of get a say in what I talk about, what I try, I'd love to do this a couple times a year. It's no different really than like a first impressions, but at least you guys have a say in what you're seeing. So if you really are interested in something, you can kind of share that in that way. And it's just fun. Like I said, my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything is jambeauty89. That was my original screen name. That's why it's still a part of my name. I hope you'll subscribe, stick around. If you want to binge some of my videos, I'll link some of my favorites up in the cards and down below for you to peruse at your leisure. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.